Today's game is brought to you in HD by EA Sports and Madden NFL 11. Welcome to Invesco Field in the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. I'm Gus Johnson along with my broadcast partner, Chris Collinsworth. An exhibition contest coming up between the Broncos and St. Louis Rams. Who do you see as the key players for this matchup, Chris?
Well, Gus, I've got my eyes on the two quarterbacks in this one. I had a chance to talk to both of these guys, obviously guys that have experience in this situation. They've been here before, and yet it's always so interesting. You can see a different look in their eyes when they're warming up. You know that they know the significance of these matchups, and it just adds another level of excitement to the football game. When you're talking about this kind of talent on the field, this should be a really good one. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Let's get it going.
Interesting, Chris. Great storyline here today, and we'll follow that storyline as this game moves on. Searching for an open man. And the tackle was made by Bobby Carpenter.
Well, the defense forced them to make the quick read and throw on that one. The catch was made, but there wasn't much yardage to go along with it. It's up to the receiver to make something happen on a play like that.
James Laurinaitis was there for the stop.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run and you have to deal with play action.
He gets off the throw.
Boy, that's a tough throw and catch that time. Tight coverage, able to thread it in there. Good play by the receiver.
Again with the run. 8-yard gain. And that'll bring up second down. And 2 yards away here on second down. They keep it on the ground with the tailback.
You know, listen, I would never want to block a defensive lineman. So, I've seen these guys. I know these guys. They're big and they're nasty. But at least from an offensive standpoint, you have to try to get in their way.
They call on the kicker for the long field goal. This will be a 53-yard attempt. He just misses it. They'll get the ball here at the 43-yard line. It's a pass. He's dropped down at the 46-yard line. And we'll have a first down and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. He's going to throw it. Marty Gilliard was the intended receiver on the play. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 46. Bradford, hands off. Jackson gets 3 yards on the play. And 3rd down now. They'll need 7 to convert. Short pass to his left. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
Jones is back to punt. He'll try to keep this one out of the end zone. It bounces out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Good coverage downfield.
Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
That'll make it 2nd down with 10 to go. Ball on their own 21. Flips it out short to his left. Short gain on that completion. Third down and 9. He's looking over the top. And it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
And those are the kind of big 3rd down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
So, it's 4th down. The Broncos lining up to punt. Avery fields it at the 40. They were forced to punt on their last drive. Surveys the field. Tipped, and he brings it in for the catch. What concentration! Now we have a 1st down and 10 to go on their own 37. On the ground with the tailback.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to admit defeat on a play as a running back and just try and get that thing back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down now, 12 to go. They hand it off again. Looked like someone got caught holding. Here's the official call. And it will come back. Penalty on the offense.
One thing we've learned about this defense, it's hard enough to move the football against them. You cannot help them with these penalties.
Champ Bailey with the coverage on the play. They line up at the 49. Steps up in the pocket and throws it as he's hit.
When you get that kind of pressure, a lot of times the play will result in something worse than just an incompletion.
Fourth down. The Rams lining up to punt. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. They couldn't do anything against this defense on their last drive, and they were forced to punt it away. Pitch right. Brought down behind the line.
Sweeps are plays that you see a lot more of in college football than you do in the National Football League because everybody in the NFL is so fast. In high school, in college, yeah, maybe you get it out around the corner. In the pros, tough to do.
Brandon Stokely was his intended target.
Good pressure that time, and they forced a bad throw. Not much he could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
Goes through his progression. Looks like the defense might have been a little too aggressive there. Here's the call.
First down.
So, with that penalty, they'll move the chains.
And that's a painful one for the defense there. Physically, you win the battle. Mentally, you make the big mistake and give them a first down. That ball had to be placed into a very tiny spot to get that completion. Great throw and a very good catch.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball on the 13-yard line. And they get to it.
Nice job on the line by the Rams.
Pass is short right side.
You know, that's not one of those plays that's a huge gain by any means, but that's really the essence of an offensive game plan. You have to start hitting some of those short intermediate routes, and that begins to open everything else up. Well, it was the pressure on the quarterback that made the difference on that play. He just wasn't able to go through his reads, and it probably cost him a touchdown there.
trying to take the lead by a field goal. The kick is good. He's brought down at the 19. The defense could do no wrong the last time this team had the ball. Looks left. Here's a short pass.
Good job all the way around by the defense that time. Not only did they have the deep routes completely covered there, but they also had the check down well within their grasp.
Still a lot of time left, but at the end of one, the score is 3-0. Checks down to the short pass. And now the offense will be faced with a third down situation. Dumps it out right. And he's tackled at the 25.
The Broncos did an excellent job tackling and keeping things in front of them on that series to force the 3-and-out.
It's fourth down. The Rams lining up to punt. Gets to about the 37-yard line. He throws short. He's brought down at the 44-yard line. Eddie Royal with his third reception. They'll need about 3 yards here on second down. On the ground left side. No Sean Moreno. Found a hole and was able to move the chains with a 7-yard pickup. It's 1st and 10. They hand it off. He gains his way to the 40-yard line. Second down and very short yardage here. And they'll run him again.
Short gain there, but enough for a first down. And sometimes when you look back on a game, the thing that gets lost in the statistics are those short games. It may not look like a big average, but it keeps those chains moving.
Gains his way to the 29-yard line. Short yardage situation here, 2nd and a yard. Buchalter gets another carry. Correll Buchalter got free and picked up a first down after a nice 6-yard pickup. Denver comes out in the Wildcat set. It's a direct snap. And he makes it out to about the 21-yard line. Gibson was there to bring him down. Second down, 8 yards to go. And the snap goes right to the back. And he'll lose yardage on the play. They're facing a 3rd and 10. The pigskin is on the 23-yard line. Takes a lick as he lets it go.
And if he can get just a little bit more time, there are guys running open down the field. The pressure is getting close, but it's not there. He should take a fraction longer to make that throw.
It's 4th down. This will be about a 40-yard field goal. It's up. No. And sails wide right. No good. Has a man short to his left. He's wrestled down at the 37. It's now 2nd and 3. He's dropped down at the 45.
I find that when I watch Steven Jackson play, I have to almost remind myself that this guy is 6'2" and 230 pounds. I mean, he's built like an old-time fullback, and yet he plays like a guy that is a scat back, LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson kind of guy. He is a rare, rare talent in this league.
Rolls to his right.
The Rams will maybe get kick-started a little bit after that catch. Their passing game hasn't exactly been very impressive so far.
Here's the throw. Hauls it in.
Well, when you have a talented running back like this, you always have to account for him. That time, a nice play-action pass opened it up down the field.
On the ground left side.
Well, those defenders get paid too, and every once in a while they win the battle. Clearly that time they were all over this offensive line.
They'll work the left side.
The Rams are not doing a good job at all on the ground so far. They need to somehow get that turned around, because if you can't run it, boy, it is tough to throw the football.
Now 3rd down and 11. 2 minutes to go in the half. Jackson off the right side. Denver will take a timeout. And that was their first timeout. It's 4th down. The kicking team will line up for this one. This try from 32 yards away. Brown is just about ready to kick this one away. He'll return it from the 1. He brings it back to the 23. They'll take over at the 23-yard line. He lets it go. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
And that's a pattern that this team likes to run. You know they've been studying that all week on film, and yet they still can't stop it.
Dahl knocks it down, incomplete. And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. 2nd down coming up. He throws downfield.
When you're trying to blitz the quarterback, you better have some talented corners on the outside, because as a wideout, just give me 3 or 4 seconds against the blitz, and it is awfully tough to try and cover that.
Denver calls timeout.
First down, 10 to go. The ball on the 28. Here's the pass. Demaryius Thomas was the intended receiver. And they line up at the 28. Looking for a man. J.J. Arrington was the intended receiver on the play.
Well, the defense didn't get the sack, but they got the next best thing, and that was a bad throw.
Third down now, 10 yards for the first. Tons of pressure. He's hit as he throws.
The defense calls a timeout.
That reception, good for 7. They call on the field goal unit here. And they'll be looking at a 38-yarder. He just misses it. The Rams will begin this drive at the 28-yard line. Still looking for an open man. And he drops the short pick. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass. Bradford with the give. Jackson gains about 2 yards on the run. He rolls out to the right. Hammered in the backfield. And we've got a tie ball game here as we pause for halftime. St. Louis will get it first here in the second half. Taken from the 3-yard line. He stopped at the 24-yard line. The Rams will set up shop at the 24-yard line. They go with the toss. The stop was made by Dawkins. Jackson runs it for an 8-yard gain. So they line up at the 31. Here's the halfback.
So many times it's up to that backside blocker to get his guy on the ground, and it sounds ugly, but typically those guys are chopping at their knees and trying to knock them off their feet, so there's some cutback lanes.
And he's tackled at the 36-yard line. Steven Jackson found some room and was able to pick up the first. And we'll have a first down and 10. Bradford will hand it off. Darby gains about a yard on the play. Surveys the field. He's wrestled down at the 50.
And tight ends are so big that as coverage people, it's tough to figure out how to defend them. If you're on their left side, they throw it to their right side. If you're behind them, they throw it in front. Tight ends are tough to cover.
And he throws it away. Passes it short. Makes a cut, and he will be hit and dropped. They line up at the 38. Flips it out short. He's brought down at the 28-yard line. He rolls out to his right. He's tackled at the 14. And this receiver just loves it when the defense is in man coverage.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than when you're coming off the ball and you know it's just you and the guy across from you. That's just good old-fashioned football, but you also know typically when you get man coverage, your quarterback is under pressure.
They tackle him for a loss. Jackson with his third reception. And it's 2nd and 12 yards to go. The Rock on the 16-yard line. Bradford with the give.
Very effective call that time by the defensive coordinator, bringing the outside linebacker a terrific way to give your defense some help in stopping the run.
Rolling out to his right. Hauls it in. He's dropped down at the 13. That's a 3-yard gain.
Really nowhere for the wide receiver to go on that one. I'm not sure if the quarterback realized it was man coverage on that play.
They'll line up for the field goal, and this is nothing more than a chip shot. This will be a 30-yard attempt. He splits the uprights. Josh Brown nails it, and they'll grab the lead. 3-point game. Now it's time to take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. He makes it out to about the 21-yard line. Here's the give. Gains his way to the 30-yard line. Flips it out short to his left. Denver is able to fall on it.
You have to protect the ball. It's really just as simple as that. You cannot have turnovers and expect to be successful in a game like this.
Short throw to the right. Shabar Gaffney with his 4th catch of the game. So 2nd down, the offense needs about 4 for the first. Tosses it out.
One of the tough things about trying to get a cornerback block is how athletic those guys are. If you're a fullback or an offensive lineman or somebody out in front trying to make that block, it's just tough to get a hand on those guys. They're quick. One of the dangers, you bring those extra defenders trying to get after the quarterback, and you're going to leave some man coverage on the outside. That time the quarterback able to take advantage.
Searching for an open man. Gets the pass off. Demaryius Thomas was his intended target. Buchalter on the draw. That brings up another 3rd down attempt. Looking for a man. Fourth down. The Broncos are lining up to punt it away. Starting back at his own 15.
The Rams are clearly in a struggle here in this one. They know that kicking field goals is okay, but you win games in the National Football League by scoring touchdowns.
The Rams are clinging to a narrow 3-point lead as we get set for the fourth quarter. Dumps it short. Goodman with the interception. Why would you make that pass when you have the lead?
Don't ask me. He threw it. I have no idea which side of his brain was working on that one.
Here's the give. That's a 3-yard gain. Second down. They're looking at a 2nd and 7 with the ball on the 28-yard line. Deep pass, end zone. Third down coming up after that incompletion. And third down now. They'll need 7 to convert. Goes through his progression. And he's out of bounds. Incomplete.
He was going for the end zone, but the pressure that time on the blitz forced a bad throw, and that really was the difference on that one.
They're going to try a long field goal here. They'll be looking at a 45-yard field goal. It hits the upright and goes through. How did that go in?
That is one happy kicker on the field right now. I'm sure he's thinking that makes up for all those ones that hit that upright and kick back at me.
And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon, the official wireless service sponsor of the National Football League. Jackson gets 3 yards on the carry. Second down and 7. Again with the carry. From their own 38-yard line. He's searching for a receiver. Complete. Nice catch. Marty Gilliard makes his 3rd catch of the game. They line up at the 48. He rolls out to the right. He's wrestled down at the 40. Marty Gilliard with his 4th catch of the game. They have it at the 40. Under heavy pressure, gets it off, and he takes a hit.
And they really forced him to throw that one before he had a chance to read the coverage. You know, typically when they blitz, you end up in one-on-one coverage, but you have to have time to throw the ball.
Gets rid of it as he's hit. Marty Gilliard was the intended receiver.
Just missed that time, bringing him down for a sack, but great pressure to force an incompletion.
So, it's 4th down. The Rams ready to punt this one away. Here's the punt. Wait, they're going to throw it. Jones, picked. That interception puts him right back in the game.
Oh, boy, you've got the lead. It's the 4th quarter. You just have to milk the clock, and your quarterback does that. Ugh.
Gives it off. He's brought down at the 29-yard line. I am a little surprised with that call.
No, at this point in the game, when you know that not only is the defense working against you, but so is the clock, a run call here probably is not a very good idea.
Eddie Royal was the intended receiver on the play.
You bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
So it's 3rd down. The offense will need about 4 yards to pick up the first. The give to the tailback.
Well, I'll be honest here. I really thought they would pass in that situation. You call a run, hoping you catch the defense somehow off guard, but that time they were not off guard.
He's tackled and down at the 33. With only a 1-possession lead, this one is definitely not yet in the books.
At this point in the game, you just go execute your game plan. Don't get too conservative. Forget that the scoreboard says you're winning. Just go play offense.
He's dropped, and that's a huge sack. That'll bring up 3rd down with 8 yards to go. Rolling out to his right. Stiff arms, and he's brought down. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 49-yard line. He rolls out to his right. Tip pass, and it's picked off.
Big day defensively for the Broncos as they come up with their 3rd interception. This is a team that ranked 13th in the NFL with 17 interceptions a season ago. Andre Goodman led the way with 5. Of course, so many people testing him opposite of Champ Bailey, but he responded. And again, the Broncos defense coming up big here in this one.
Pass is short right side. Demaryius Thomas with his 3rd reception. We've got a 3rd and 6. He's tackled at the 31.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
4th down. This one, about a 48-yarder. The kick is off target. The Rams will start this drive at the 38. The halfback with the carry. Darby carries for a 5-yard gain. It's now 2nd and 5. Ball on their own 42. Inside give.
Well, that's what happens when defensively you get every gap covered. There is simply nowhere to go with the football. No chance for the running back that time.
So the offense needs 7 here on 3rd down. There are 2 minutes to go in this football game. Surveys the field. Marty Gilliard was his intended target. Fourth down. The Rams are lining up to punt this one away. It bounces out of bounds at the 36.
The Broncos have one last opportunity to get some kind of a score on the board, and depending on just how aggressive they want to be, they may want to look for the go-ahead touchdown. But first things first, got to get in field goal range.
Has a man short to his left. And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. Second down coming up. Second down and 7 yards to go. So the ball on the 49. Goes through his progression. Jabbar Gaffney was the intended receiver. Pretty obvious passing down here. The offense facing a 3rd and long situation that they need to convert. Brandon Stokely was the intended receiver on the play.
Pass rush almost got there that time, and he has to feel a little lucky that that ball just fell harmlessly to the turf.
Looks like they're going for it here on 4th down. Good coverage downfield. It's complete. Clutch reception. Going up top for the end zone.
That was all about getting pressure in the quarterback's face, and sometimes when you get the pressure, even if you don't get there, you can disrupt his timing enough to cause a throw like that.
A lot of movement down there on the offensive line.
Repeat, second down.
Even the slightest twitch by an offensive lineman will draw a flag. You know, defensive guys really have a bit of an advantage. As long as they don't cross the line of scrimmage, they can jump and flinch and try and get that offensive line to react.
That should just be enough for them to pull out this win.
It's only fitting that this game should end this way, going right down to the wire. What a game it's been.
The PAT is up and good. Denver is up by 4. And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon. They drop the runner at the 17.
The Rams need to put together a drive here. It is now or never time.
Rolls to his right. Marty Gilliard made solid contact and popped the ball out of there.
And you know you're going to get hit as a wide receiver. You've got to hang on to those balls, but that was a big shot.
Looking for a man. Defense pushes him out of bounds at the 19. It's 3rd and long, and at this stage of the game, there isn't much doubt that they'll be looking to air it out to convert. He's brought down at the 43-yard line. Marty Gilliard has 6 catches now. He gets off the throw. The Rams take a timeout, and they'll have 2 remaining. Dumps it out right. He's pushed out of bounds at the 33-yard line. They line the ball up at the 33. Has a man to his right. Little flip. Bruton to carry it. Makes the tackle at the 16. He's searching for a receiver.
Great pressure that time to force that off-target throw. You know when you're bringing pressure, you're going to leave somebody open down the field. You just have to hope you get there before that quarterback finds him.
He passes it. Passing situation for the offense here on 3rd down and long. Has to reach down for it. That's all from Invesco Field at Mile High. We'll have highlights next. Here's today's Swagger Player of the Game, presented by Old Spice Deodorant, the greatest smell in the NFL. Here's one for the highlight reel. It's the Doritos Crunch Time Play of the Game.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports and Madden NFL 11.